Hi everybody, hello, welcome. So welcome to episode 6 of Streamer in a Spotlight. Very honoured to have Mama Nerdy here with us today. She's a mother to all of us. She is. And the only person I know that laughs more at horror games than screams. Fair play to you. Everybody, welcome. Mama Nerdy, welcome. Woo! Are you ready to get grilled? That's the question. Are you ready?
Always.
I love it.
I thought it was roast.
Roasted. Okay.
The roast of Mama Nerdy.
We're not that mean. So, due to Pinky's absence last week, because she was doing the charity stream, so well done to those guys that did the charity stream last week. It was very, very good of you. But today's all about Mama Nerdy. So, Pinky, let's start off with the questions. Let's go.
Yeah, so we'll start off with the most obvious question, Mama. Thank you very much for being here for us and honouring us with your presence. But obviously, being streamers, the obvious question to ask is, who? Me or Mama? No! Where the fuck did that come from?
Just ignore it, Pinky. Let's go.
No, go with it. What made you want to start streaming, and when did you start?
Well, I've told this a few times, but I accidentally started streaming. I didn't set out to stream.
Really?
Yeah. My kids wanted to make YouTube videos, and I didn't know how you went about doing that. So I just started Googling, and the first thing that came up was Twitch. And I was like, okay. And of course, Twitch is very user-friendly if you want to stream. So I went through, I downloaded the Twitch Studio, and I was like, oh, okay, well, there's so many people on here. They're never going to know, that we're over here doing the videos. And so I had everything set up, and I was playing Visage on my own. So I was like, well, I'll just test it with this. And so I was doing just like a fake stream, but I was streaming. And then I had people coming into the chat. Hey, how you doing? I'm like, I ghosted like 3 people that first day because I thought they were like scams. I was like, well, how did you even find me? How do you,
Yeah.
just kept playing my game, ignored the chat. I was like, you must be up to something. Sorry to those people. And I think I even had like 2 followers that first day. And I'm like,
wow.
Yeah. I didn't know what to do. So then I think the next day, I went and I found somebody who was playing Visage, and I just wanted to see how they had everything set up and we were doing it. And I got kind of pulled in because he wasn't as far as I was. And he was stuck, and he was, okay, here. And he was super nice. Oh, hey, welcome in. And I got addicted to the conversation because I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't have anybody to talk to. I had no conversation, and everybody in that chat was so nice, so welcoming. Oh, do you stream? I'm like, yes, and so, they gave me follows. Well, in that chat was Spider-Man.
Ah.
And so I think a day or so later, he was playing The Medium, which another game I love.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So
really good game.
I went over to Spider-Bams, and I was like talking to him. He raided into either Bob or Beardy. It was it was later in the week because it was a Friday, so they were doing their co-stream. He raided into Bob and Beardy, and I'm like, oh my god, these guys are hilarious. And of course, everybody in that chat, and it, Tater was in there, obviously Bob and Beardy, and G5 was probably in there, and and Blackie was definitely in there, and
Blackie.
Who is G5? Who is that? G5?
And I just kept going back to all of them because I think we all know why.
Because they're awesome.
And I kept streaming, and they kept like supporting and cheering me on, and I'm like, oh, this is crazy. And then, you know, Tater with his whole, we're gonna get you affiliated. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. So cool. You know, and then when he told me what it was, I was like, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Here we are.
And here we are.
I was about to
So-
say.
I wasn't kidnapped out of a hotel like Sarah, but it was real close.
That was a
Real
great
close.
story to hear
Love
about
that.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Love that. Absolutely
Real
love
similar.
that.
That
Vin,
also,
oh, sorry, go on, Pinky.
as I say, that
Oh,
does
go
bring
on.
up a very interesting thing to say. And obviously, it's not a question, but also more of a congratulations, Mama. Last stream hitting 500 followers.
2
coming from
times.
twice, which is amazing. So coming from someone who never even expected to even get affiliate, didn't even know what affiliate was, to 500
It
in
blows my
what has been
mind.
6 months there or thereabouts.
It was end of February, or no, like the very end of January, beginning of February. Yeah. So
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's an incredible achievement, and just goes to the
It's
testament
crazy.
to how awesome you are as a streamer and as a person as well.
Crazy.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Vin, do you want to follow on from Pinky's question? We've had the surprise stream, which has gone to success. So, Vin, you want
Yeah,
to follow on?
In how many months did you do that? Make it to 500.
Let's see, February, March, April, May,
February
June,
this
July,
year?
August. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
Amazing.
quick.
Amazing.
It was the last couple days of January when I was playing around with it, and then we went on vacation around my birthday, which is the middle of February. So for a week I didn't stream because we were gone. By the end of the 30 days, I'd hit affiliate.
Oh wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, still not
So-
knowing what the hell it was.
So, and now another question: what do you have more, Funko dolls or followers?
Oh,
It could be close. It could be real close.
Yeah.
that is an awesome collection. Awesome collection. I'm gonna pop in here with a quick
sorry,
question that I want to ask. So I love the story that you didn't even mean to do it, and now here you are. For me, obviously knowing you in your streams, literally love your streams. And guys, I'm saying this to chat, anybody listening after watching it, seriously, check Mama Nerdy out. My goodness, she is so infectious, and I mean that in a good way. She is so
I'll
positive,
find the Twitch.
so bubbly. It's amazing, and literally, guys, you have to honestly just check out the stream. I guarantee you go in there once, you won't ever leave. You'll literally be part of that community straight away. Absolutely phenomenal. And Mama, that's all down to you. You draw people to you, and congratulations on that. And I'm going to say this now: 500 followers is just the start. Definitely 100% just the start. Always going to be. So, Pinky, do you want to ask another question?
Well, because we've just been talking about the start, I have a question then. What is the end goal? Or what is the next goal you want to hit?
There is no goal.
There is no goal. I honestly, every single follow, sub, viewer is beyond my expectation. And I feel that if I really set like a goal,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like jinx it.
Yeah, it's fair.
I'm just riding it. You know, I do try to do better, you know, if I have to change things on my channel or adjust things, but honestly, wherever it goes, and I mean this because in every aspect of my life, I always believe everything happens for a reason.
Mhm.
So if it's gonna succeed and take off, it's gonna succeed and take off. If it's not, it's not. But I cannot complain at all, you know. And if I stop streaming tomorrow, I have all of you that will not be able to get rid of me, no matter what.
We
Whether
will block
I
you
stream
anyway.
or not, you're stuck with me, all of you.
Love
So, yeah, I mean, as long as it's fun, I'm going to keep doing it, and that's really it.
I say that's a
So-
really healthy way of looking at it, because it's one of those pressures that a lot of streamers put on themselves to hit certain targets and becoming disheartened that they don't. And so that's a really, really good way of looking at it, Mama. Ben, don't be mean.
It is, I mean, I know as soon as I do that, yeah, and it's like if it doesn't happen in, I'll get way too in my own head. So it's like even with the 500, when it was getting close, I'm like, I got a while, and I
Love it.
I don't know.
Go
I don't know.
on, Vin. That's put your hand up, mate.
No,
Be on school.
we already have a viewer question, so I wanted to ask that to
Go for it.
to mom
Go for it.
to Mama. Mama, is that okay?
Yeah.
So we have Tata, that commentator guy. He asks, What?
Oh, not that one. Skip him.
what has been your favorite moment in streaming so far? He asks, and why? And why is it him?
Yeah. My favorite moment in streaming.
Oh, he loves you too, he says, by the way.
I owe so much to that man. Favorite moment, God almighty. Dropping the big one.
Oh, we got you on right at the spot.
I was gonna say.
It's okay. It'll come to you later on. It's not a problem. Don't rack your brains.
I mean, every day is, there's something different. There's something new. I mean, I guess my favorite moment is just starting.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, nothing wrong with that.
I will say for being there, I remember one day we got the great enjoyment of absolutely trolling you. So for those of you
Yes!
that don't know, Mum
Mother's
decided
Day.
to put sound bits on, but she did put a limit on it. So
You know
you
what?
donate one bit and you get a sound clip. So there was quite a few of us, myself included, that literally was spamming one bit.
Mother's
So
Day.
she must have got thousands and thousands of biddies, and you can imagine what the stream was like. Hey, Birdie, baby, I got your body. Oh, that was
Sanctuary.
crazy.
3 hours of old dirty bastard.
Was it 3? Because it was 2 when I left.
That was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
That was how I met Sir Tricky as well, or Lord Tricky. that was such an absolute laugh. It really was.
So that was a lesson learned, right?
Yeah.
So good. So good. So I'm gonna ask the real big question, because obviously, like I said, you go with the flow every day, which is fantastic. Every day is, you enjoy it. That's a really good thing, really positive. So what has been the greatest challenge for you so far? Obviously, we're going to take away the trolling, all right?
Technology.
But really, technology, yeah.
I didn't know how to fucking make a video.
Love it.
I mean,
love it.
if I knew what I was doing, I wouldn't have been streaming.
Yeah.
Because I would have learned, like, record video, not go live. That's been. I have been stupidly fortunate to not have.
Wise decision.
The issues that a lot of people run into with trolls or hate raids or all this other nasty nonsense that goes on. And I've had, I mean, to literally be kidnapped into becoming a streamer tells you the community that I just happened into without even trying. And that's what I mean about everything happening for a reason, because I could have picked, I mean, Visage is a big game. I could have picked anybody to go into to just see what they were doing. And I just happened to pick that streamer. Spider-Ram just happened to be in there. We happened to raid, and it's just that fast. So I was coddled into streaming, and these same people that were like jumping over to my stream and now I go into other streams, or not other streams, but like Twitch or whatever social medias, and you see people that have been streaming for months and months and months and don't have viewers or don't have followers or don't have this. And I am very humbled, because I know I was so lucky to have fallen into the community that I did. So, I've been spoiled.
No, you haven't. You've earned it. You have.
I was about
earned
to
it.
say,
Don't put yourself down like that. You have earned it.
you're
And I
making it
think
sound
those
as
in
though.
chat would actually agree
Well,
with me on this one.
you know, but
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people that are great streamers that just have not found their community, you know, and I mean, and that's one thing that's great about this one is like when we do find a smaller streamer, we go, oh my God, this person's amazing. We
Yeah.
do what we do. We snatch them. We go, come out.
In the community.
Come on. You have no choice. Let's go.
Yeah.
And there's so many people out there that haven't had that yet. But, you know, I was fortunate that I found them before I knew I was looking for them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
And I do actually have a question because you've touched upon it very briefly because you said that you haven't had the experience with trolls and the hate raids that some people have. But if I remember rightly, even in one of your streams that I was in, you did experience some trolling.
Oh, the hot tub.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Please elaborate. Please elaborate.
No, you wouldn't have trolled that way.
Oh,
I you know what, I forgot about, but to be fair, you know, my awesome community of mods handled it before I even knew that it happened. But so I had a community challenge for Blackie to play the Bee Boops, which is Friday Night Funkin', which is a rhythm game that I'm absolute shit at. Hence why it was a community challenge. So I had the bright idea to make, when I was doing the PNG avatars, to make a hot tub, or my avatar in a hot tub, to add a little something to the fact that I knew that I was going to be absolute shit at this game. So as I'm shittily playing, and my big boobad hot tub PNGs over there, somebody came in and was like, "Wow, you're terrible at this." Yeah, that's kind of the point, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, just kind of, you know, started talking shit about how bad I was. And then when my mods and stuff started kind of getting like, "Hey, settle down. This is all part of it." Well, she's literally here with her tits out, you know. I'm not literally, because it's a picture.
Yeah.
But they, you know, I was knee deep in you know, Funkin'. I didn't know it was even happening until you know, they took care of it. So, but
How did it make
compared
you feel?
to, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't, like, I don't take it personally because I don't know them personally. You know, I thought it was kind of funny, but I knew going into this, and I had already told Blackie because, you know, I mod for Blackie, and those Friday Night Funkin' people take their shit seriously.
Yeah, I was surprised by that when I saw it myself.
So I told him that you need to head these people off because I knew they were going to be coming in, and we only had one. And I the funny thing is Blackie was actually being pretty nice about it. Satan, I thought, was going to come through that computer and just destroy that person.
Like, that's a good mod, Bev, and you know they got you back through anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, compared to things that I've seen in other, that was nothing. So I'm very fortunate. Very fortunate.
So for those in chat, Mama does use a VTuber, so she does have a character on her streams.
Used to, I was about to say.
It may make a return, right? It may make a return. How are you feeling?
Well, you know, if I don't feel like doing my hair that day, maybe. But I had to do it because when I started streaming, accidentally, we were potty training my youngest, and we potty trained him by basically he ran around with no pants on. Can't have that on camera.
No.
So I couldn't use a camera.
No.
And then even when potty training was done, he was like, "I don't like pants." So
Any parent can appreciate that.
A lad after my own heart.
right? I mean, I don't either. So
he's like a little Ron Jeremy.
Little Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, as Damie calls it, he would Winnie the Pooh it because he'd have a shirt on.
Love that. Love that.
So when I was in the living room,
Thank you, Disney.
Sorry.
It's fine.
In the living room, anywhere he went, you'd be able to see. So I couldn't use a camera. I tried like once or twice, and I was so like on edge of like getting ready to shut the camera off if he comes out, and it was just too stressful. Now he can't get behind me, and if he does, he can't get in the camera. Like he ends up behind the chair, so he can't get in frame. So
Lovely.
Lovely.
Yet.
Yeah, he'll find a way.
It will take long enough that I should be able to have time to like shut the camera off or switch scenes.
I mean, at the end, Winnie the Pooh gets his jar of honey, right? So.
And with that kid, yeah.
Cool. Vin, do you want to ask a question for Mama?
Well, so you stream a lot of horror games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your favorite platform to stream from? Yeah.
Asking the big questions now.
I'm gonna say my PS2 has just got the best games on it. That between my Fatal Frame, Silent Hill.
Silent Hill, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Those to me are just still near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I prefer, if it's not like the older kind of classics like those ones, then I mainly do indie games. My husband was picking on me because when Cult of the Lamb came out, I was like, oh my God, this is right up my alley. But then everybody was playing it, and I'm like, well, I don't want to play it if everybody's playing it. And he's like, well, that's very hipster of you.
Love it.
And I was like, what? I didn't mean it like that, but I like being able to show games that people might not have heard about. And and even with like Silent Hill or Fatal Frame, people might have heard about them, but for my generation, they might not have played it. So I know they can see it.
Talking about generations, then, how did your generation start gaming? What system was what was your first system, and how did you go on after that?
My first system was the Atari.
Woohoo!
Hey, don't knock it. Don't worry about that.
I'm sorry, I was laughing at the way Vin worded the question. I'm really sorry.
Sorry, I'm Dutch. I'm not really good at English, so.
No, Vin, it was more the fact that you were questioning yourself as you asked the question.
Yes.
I was
like,
no.
Started with the Atari.
Yep.
Had the original NES, Super Nintendo.
Lovely.
I've been through all of them. The only system, well, I never had any of the Segas. Sorry.
Bye. I'm gone. Bye.
My friends did. Look, I was poor. I was lucky to have the ones I had.
Okay, I forgive you.
My friends did. And then the everything up until we didn't have the Wii U. It was hard enough to get the Wii. And then when the Wii U came out, I was like, because most of the games were either on the Wii or were getting ready to come onto the Switch. So except for Fatal Frame, Maiden of Blackwater, but I can play it now.
I was like, it came there in the end.
It came out now. So
that does go on to an interesting question, though. What is your favorite game that you've ever streamed?
That I've ever streamed?
Or played.
Yeah, well, we'll go with stream first and then played after.
Probably both. It would be the original Fatal Frame.
Oh,
awesome!
I still remember.
Oh, don't worry. I'm 37 as well. Don't worry. It's okay.
I remember. It was summer break from college, and me and my husband, we were dating at that time, and I had gone to his house, and we went to the old Blockbuster and rented it. And
Love Blockbuster.
at his parents' house, his dad has kind of like the man cave basement. So it's all really, really dark, and we're in there, and we're playing Fatal Frame. And I remember finally being scared shitless of a game, watching that game and just being like, oh my God, like I wish I could go back and truly experience that again the first time. It was mind-blowing to me. It was so simple. It was beautiful. But I mean, when I just streamed it, what, 4 or 5 months ago, if that, it still looks so good, what, 20 years later. So, I mean, you can't beat a game like that.
I was about to say, you can't put a price on that sort of experience either.
We went and bought it afterwards. It's my same game on the same exact PS2 that we played it 20 years ago.
Wait,
Oh
you
my God, you kept it.
You bought it? Why don't you just keep hold of it for Blockbuster and then let them?
Well, we didn't know they were going out of business then. we probably bought it at a going out of business thing. Who knows? But it's on the exact same PS2. That thing's the Nokia consoles.
It is, to be fair. Even mine's still working from all those years ago, so I can appreciate that all so well.
Love that. Go on, Vin.
Vin?
Go on.
No.
Go on, Vin.
I can't do this.
Okay.
Yes, you can. What's
Pinky,
it
do you
doing?
wanna Pinky, do you want to ask another question?
Okay, let me get that back up. Okay, so actually, on the topic of that, what has been your least favorite game to stream? What have you least enjoyed playing?
Cult of the Lambs.
I haven't done it. I didn't do it.
Bloody hipsters.
Least favorite. That's a hard one. I think I'll go with the Buddy Simulator that I did not too long ago because one, I'm pretty sure it screwed up something on my computer. And two, I mean, maybe because I didn't finish it, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, so I wasn't really into it. So I would say probably Buddy Simulator.
Okay, good answer.
Love that.
We've had 2 questions in chat. Vin, do you want to take one of them?
What? You mean the one from Desirous or not?
Okay.
You mean the? Oh,
I'll ask.
Tate with another question, Mama.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with a bad stream?
Just do my thing. I
Keep
mean,
going?
I don't know. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I mean, there's been a few streams where I wasn't probably in the right headspace, but my chat, my community were able to kind of turn that around. But one of my many talents is if I start getting uncomfortable, like in real life, so whatever, I turn into basically like a big jackass, just not in a bad way. I'll become like the class clown that will, try to turn a situation around. I will make an ass of myself if it takes attention away, like bad attention, So if something starts going bad, I'll usually become louder, goofier, and just basically become stupid.
So same like Zoe.
Oh,
Thanks. I mean, you're not wrong, but thanks.
I love you, you know that. Just
I know.
joking, just joking.
Oh my goodness.
Love you, Pinky. Love you, Pinky.
But again,
Okay.
I mean, I can't really say that I've had, something that sticks out that, that I'm going to be like, oh, that was a horrible stream and I rage quit. I mean,
I suppose that's a good question itself. What would be a bad stream for you? What would make a stream bad for you?
like a hate raid or something like that would be the hardest.
A hate rate?
Mm-hmm.
What's
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that go around and will target usually streamers that are part of like the LGBTQ community. Sometimes they will target like allies and stuff. Sometimes they'll just target, a lot of times, like when I was doing the VTubing, they would target like VTubers. And they just
Really?
get a group of people together, they raid in, and they just blow it up with mean, hateful, hurtful, derogatory comments.
Yeah.
Oh, I never seen that somewhere, but okay, that's new for me. But...
I've witnessed one, and I know quite a
Really?
few and people in Team Chaos that have gotten them quite a few times.
I've heard of them through Team Chaos, to be honest.
But
I've never seen it firsthand.
Horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And I'd love to be able to say that I would try to be able to deal with it with as much grace and dignity as I could and ass whooping. But I know after I would stop streaming, it would probably break me down because it's not anything personally, but
it's still a horrible thing to go through. It's
horrible. Yeah. So
there's no place for it on this planet. Unfortunately, I don't understand why people do it.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Because unfortunately, some people are assholes.
This is it. This is it. So
simple fact.
Pinky Finn, question. Anybody else got any questions you want to ask before we go to the personal stuff? Got any more streamer questions? Has anyone in chat got any more streamer questions?
Yeah, I don't think I've got any more on streaming specifically at the moment.
Vin?
No, not on streaming.
Okay.
I've got a shitload on gaming history though, but
okay. Right.
Just because I'm old doesn't mean I know it all.
No. You were disrespecting my Sega love, so
You've made an enemy right there and then.
No.
He'll go over it, don't worry.
Yeah.
So, Mama, I want to ask you the personal question, obviously, about your husband, if you don't mind. If he's comfortable with you saying, I don't know if you've discussed it or not.
He's been married to me for 21 years.
He's on top of it. So the story that I want to know, is how did you meet? And then how did he pop the question? That's the question I want to know. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Who managed to woo Mama Nerdy? That's what we want to hear.
So I joke around that
I see the evil love
was my one night stand that didn't go away.
Okay.
All right. So to put it into context, he says the same thing. We're both from New York originally. We were born and raised in New York. We went to college in New York. We were in college during 9/11. And I was a resident assistant, meaning I was in charge of my floor at college in our dorm. And obviously, anywhere you are in the world knows 9/11 was obviously what it was.
Horrendous.
Being in New York obviously put us a little bit closer to the horrendousness of it. And 9/11 was on a Tuesday. Classes were canceled. I was having to call professors for people on my floor that were in the reserves, saying, hey, they're not going to be there because they're being called away. It was, my best friend, her husband was in the Army. It was obviously a nightmare. That Saturday, a few of the fraternities were having like everyone just come in like woosah, like we're all coming together, So we were friends. We had the same circle at college. We knew each other. He's a very quiet, and until you get to know him, he's very quiet, very, and I am not. So we weren't exactly the closest because I would joke around with him and he'd be like, this dude's an asshole, like whatever. So we went to the frat party, and there was a guy that we were kind of friends with that, little handsy, we'll say. And I saw him coming over, and I'm like, so, my husband, not at the time, was standing next to me, and he kind of did one of these, put his arm around me. All right.
Protecting, I like it.
Yeah, and I was like, Now, mind you, we hadn't really even talked the whole night. We went to the party together in a group. We were but he was like, I got you. I'm like, all right.
That's sweet.
Had a few drinks. Yeah, had a few drinks. Not too many,
Of course,
Went-
of course.
Went back to the dorm. We were, in our friend's room. We were watching Jim Carrey's Liar Liar.
Oh
And,
yeah. Yes, yes.
I start getting a little back rub.
Ooh. Ooh.
All right,
And happy ending.
And my room was 2 doors down. So, it was one of those that we've talked about now was there was so much bad going on in the world and just so stressed that we were both just kind of like carpe diem, because I'm not that person. It's not like I went around having, I had never had a one night stand and technically still haven't. And he definitely
Well done.
wouldn't have probably made the first move, but it was just like, yeah, what the hell? And
It's what you both
Just
needed
happened.
at the time.
for
Yeah.
21 years, we've been what the hell, and the story keeps still away. So
Love that. Love that. That's a great story. Fair play to him.
Yeah.
See, it's just testament the quiet ones
He's
you
got
got to
the
watch
move.
out for.
He's got the
Real.
moves like Jagger. He's got the moves like
Real.
Jagger.
Love that.
for real.
So, Pinky, do you want to follow on from that? Because that's an amazing story. What amazing
That
story.
is. I'll actually re-ask the second part of Fleas because it was mentioned very briefly. How did he pop the question? And when, I suppose, is the question.
He was forced.
No, we actually were together almost 8 years because we weren't really like I really didn't really care about getting married, but we had already bought our house before we were married, so to me our deed was a lot more legally binding than us just getting married.
Yeah, of course.
Or and having the mortgage and stuff. But he knows. All right, so my birthday is like 3 days after Valentine's Day. I was poor growing up. Okay, if you can see where I'm going.
Yeah.
I had a lot of clearance Valentine's Day gifts as birthday presents. I hate Valentine's Day. I hate hearts. I hate Valentine's Day. He knows I hate Valentine's Day. We don't do Valentine's Day. And I can't go out for my birthday because why? Fucking Valentine's Day.
And it's expensive.
Yeah, everything's expensive. Everybody's at the fucking restaurants. Whatever. Anyway, I'm a little bitter. I hate Valentine's Day.
We can't notice that.
So the year that he proposed was it was in February, and it just so happened that Friday before Valentine's Day was Friday the 13th.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hence
Yeah,
my Jason here.
Jason.
So my husband,
Campy
knowing
Mariah.
me, I've already told Campy this story. He proposed to me on Friday the 13th, purposely the day before Valentine's Day, just to make it a little extra romantic. So, yeah.
Aw.
Oh,
I love that. That's such a
He
great
really
idea.
He really thought
To
it out,
add-
there, didn't he?
Add a little fun quip that I also told him was, so I got to tell everybody I got engaged on Friday the 13th. We were planning our wedding in New York, even though we were living down here because all of our family's in New York. So at the time, my mom was handling a lot of things, and she found a DJ. She's like, she set up a time for me to come and meet with them when we went up to New York. So my husband and I go to meet with the DJ. His name was Jason Voorhees.
Oh,
What?
lovely.
No way.
Wow.
I have his business card still, yeah. Because we
No
had
way.
the information we had was the name of like his company. We
Yeah.
didn't have his name until like we sat down, met with him, and of course he gave us like the business card and he's talking to us, and I'm like, I died laughing. And and you can tell, I mean, he wasn't like older. I mean, he was probably like mid-20s. He knew
Yeah.
why we were laughing.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, what the hell are the odds that we got engaged on Friday the 13th and our fucking DJ, anybody, is named Jason Voorhees?
That's incredible.
This was an anniversary present. My Jason Voorhees behind us because
So amazing. What a story. Oh, my goodness.
you
We're
can't
gonna be
make
able to top this.
that up because
No,
it's like,
no.
the fuck is named Jason Voorhees for real? And his
Say,
parents
what are the
must have hated
But-
him.
But was it his actual name or was this his DJ
No,
name?
no, believe me. Because as soon as I was like, Jason Voorhees, and he was like,
Yeah, his face just
Oh
dropped.
yeah.
yeah, he was
I've
like,
heard it all before, yeah. Love
they
that.
get it. Yeah.
Oh,
No, he
damn.
wasn't like, yeah, that's my name. Mm-mm.
So I would rather it not be.
When you say things are meant to be, they will be, and that is
Yeah.
just a clear sign, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is a clear sign.
That
Vin,
is
Do you
incredible.
want to follow that on? Do you want to follow that?
Yeah. So when he asked you on Friday the 13th, what was it romantic or was it horror setting? Did he go on with a chainsaw and then put the ring on?
It was in my kitchen.
Oh,
Oh wow, close to home and everything.
Then we went out to dinner.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
In fact, if anything, that kind of makes it even more special because it's no big event.
Yeah, I'm not. Mm-mm. Yeah.
He's-
I mean,
he's done it
we
for
went.
you.
He didn't buy a ring or anything because he's like, you picked it out. I don't know. And when we went to the jewelers, and I'm like, I don't want anything big. I don't need it to get caught on shit and all this. And the jeweler's like, where did you find her?
I love it.
That is so good. That is so good.
so how did he ask then? In the kitchen.
yeah,
Yeah.
just in the kitchen. Vin.
One
how?
will you marry me?
How? Oh, that's it. He just came in.
Oh.
He just came in when you were doing dinner, and then he said,
Well, he had made plans to go to dinner, and I'm like, really? It's like the Friday before Valentine's Day. It's gonna be fucking busy. You really want to go out to dinner?
Yeah,
And yeah, so then he proposed, and then we went out to dinner.
"Ah,
so
really?
cool.
Took me out
So
for
cool.
steak. Yeah.
I love that.
Love it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Mhm.
So you have obviously 3 children. You have 3
Mhm.
children. Are you
Mhm.
happy to introduce them for us? Let them know ages.
Yes, the club of free kids."
Threes. My oldest just turned 10. That's Mason. That's
Mhm.
my oldest son. My daughter's in the middle. That's Alana. She will be 7 next month. And
Mhm.
Wyatt is my little man. He just turned 4.
That's
He's
almost
the
same.
He's the one you will hear when I'm streaming.
That's almost
That's
that's almost same as my kids.
Really?
My kids are 10, 8, and 6. That's almost
All
same.
There you go.
Yeah.
right. Is your third a devil?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
yeah.
But
Oh,
see,
is it?
Just wow.
my oldest and my youngest are my daughters, right? And my middle
Mm-hmm.
one is my son. But my youngest, she is a devil, but
Yeah.
she is the cutest little devil you ever see.
I mean, so's mine. I mean, they have to balance before you just eat them out in the,
Yeah.
But everyone I talk to with the third, they're always like, watch out for that third.
Yeah.
And
You weren't wrong.
it's
100% agree. 100% agree.
Mhm. It's true.
Mhm.
To be fair, after
I
our
love
conversation in Tato's channel, Mama, you're really not selling having kids to me.
No,
Really not.
I told you before, I will never. Mm-mm. I mean, I love my kids, but we were together 10 years. We didn't want kids. We weren't going to have kids. It was like,
Mhm.
we're good. I'd been through enough shit in my life that I'm like, I'm not doing that to anybody else. And I think we were talking about this like in Discord. We went to Disney, and my husband and I were
Yeah.
like creepers because we were like, oh, look at all the kids. Look at the little kids. They're so cute. Look at the, and we were just like staring at children
Yep.
the whole time. And we
Love
went like the second week in October.
All those little
And I
Winnie
was
the Poohs.
pregnant by the end of October.
Oh,
Wow.
damn. Oh, damn. That was
Yeah, but-
quick.
Don't
I was
do
gonna say,
Disney.
See,
If you don't want kids, don't go to Disney.
it's all Disney's fault. You see it now?
Disney's fault. That
I will
Disney
say-
magic, man. That
Mama,
Disney
we're
magic.
gonna sue Disney. We need money from Disney.
You know?
I will say it's another point in your favour of what was meant to be was meant to be. Disney
Yeah.
October, pregnant at the end.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
the-
little man's
Hey,
good for
Pinky.
that too.
Pinky,
Maybe.
be warned
Alright.
now, eh? Pinky, be warned.
Good to know. Good to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask the next question. We're going to go way back now. I'm going to go way back. We're going to go to your school years. Big question we obviously ask people. Everyone has different experiences.
Look at the face.
Uh,
Way back.
So for us in our
No, it
experience
was
doing a
a one-room
podcast.
schoolhouse.
So our experience, people have had bad times, people have had good times, people have had meh, it was all right. So for you, how was school for you?
I love school. I love school.
Really?
I was in a very small podunky town, and our school actually had like 5 towns combined because we were just out in the middle of nowhere. My graduating class was 26 people.
Wow.
Tiny.
So, yeah.
From 5 towns, 26 people.
In my graduating class, yeah, 26.
Oh. Wow.
Wow.
It was a small
I
school.
had more than that in my class.
Yeah, that was my whole graduating class.
Wow.
It could have been, it could have been good or bad because you knew everything
Everybody.
about
Yeah.
everybody. But I mean, thankfully, we didn't have any like the big city problems. We didn't really have any even like small town problems. I mean, it was a good town. It was a quaint town. It was a touristy town. We lived, I mean, there was nothing really around. It was a very small town, but we lived on a lake. So in the summer, we had a lot of lake folk. But,
So like it's a bit like American Pie.
God, same thing. Not everything's like American Pie.
Jesus Christ.
Our grocery store, which I was a cashier at, had maybe 6 aisles. We had 2 cashiers. So,
Yeah.
and it was the only grocery store probably within 50 miles of any direction. So
Wow.
it was a very
If
small
anything-
town.
I was about to say, going from that to New York must have been like a hell of a
That's it. That was in New York.
That was
We
what?
were- we-
Yeah, New
you
York's
have-
New
you have
York's
New
also
York
state,
City.
Pinky.
Yeah, you have
Oh,
New
yeah.
York City, New York State.
Yeah.
New York
Sorry, that's what I
City, like
meant.
that.
When you said about New York, I thought you meant the city. I'm
the rest
sorry.
of all the rest of New York's just farm towns and small towns. So
So
Okay.
only New York City is the big town in the whole state.
I mean, we have a few other cities, but New York itself as a state is huge, and
Yeah.
New York City's like a dot on it.
Okay.
Wow. This is just
Yeah, but-
showing my American geography is terrible.
No, don't worry. A lot of Americans don't really realize that. They think when you say New York, you mean New York City, and it's like I've never been to New York City. Grew up, born and raised in New York. Never been to New York City.
Wow.
It was still
Big Apple.
6-7 hours away from me.
Oh wow.
So
And
and
that's
has
my
my-
kind of journey.
no interest
my-
in going.
By car? By car, 6-7 hours. Oh, damn. If I drive 6-7 hours, I'm in Russia. So I'm going through. No, really. That's not
No,
even.
I know, but yeah,
That's
I
not,
would only.
that's not even
I
a
would
joke,
only be-
Pinky. It's real. That's,
I know, it's just the way you said it.
One
Yeah.
side of New York to the other is about 8 to 10 hours, depending on where you go.
Holy, that's whole
Amazing.
Europe.
Wow.
That's the whole of Europe.
Yeah, that's just New York.
I think it was something silly. Like I think it would take us less time to get to where Vin is in Holland to drive than it does for us to get to Tater.
Ah,
Where we are.
Yeah, that's
no,
true.
but Flitty, we have this, this ocean between us, right? So you have to take the ferry. That's
Thank
the whole
goodness.
problem.
Praise the ocean.
Taking it a little too seriously
no.
there, Vin.
No, Flitty, you can't say that anymore because you now have a niece that has also fallen in love with somebody on this side of the river. So
I have a
Niece.
niece.
Yeah?
No, cousin, mate.
Cousin.
of cousin, sorry,
I
cousin.
don't have a niece.
I know how Mama knows what's going on more than Vin does. But anyway, can we go back on topic to Mama, please?
Yes.
Come on,
Sorry.
come on.
Go on, Pinky.
I'm good with this. Go.
Yeah.
Mama.
That's just house.
No, I want to talk about you. That's the point of this. I want the topic off of me. So, schooling. What was your favorite subject and your least
English.
favorite subject?
Math.
Straight away answer.
Gee,
What
half
was
the
it
time.
about them that you like, and what was it not that you didn't like about them?
Yeah, English. I loved reading. I loved reading. So it no brainer. With
Mhm.
my grandma raised me, and she always had a book in her hand of some sort. And even though we didn't have a lot of money, and we had our library, and we were at the library all the time. I was always at the library. But if I ever wanted a book, I could have a book. So I mean, I have
Yeah.
bookshelves. I mean, my kids are the same. Bookshelves and bookshelves and bookshelves. I will never say no. You want a book? Let's go. You know,
Yeah,
we go to
yeah.
the library and stuff too. But you want a book? Here it is. You know, I don't know if you guys ever had them in your schools, but we had book fairs.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, love
Well,
book fairs.
We have them once a year. Once a year
Yeah.
we have them. Yeah.
Well, I think the kids have them like once or twice, but yeah, they still have them like the Scholastic book fairs, and I'm like, here's $20, go nuts.
It's such a good thing.
Yeah, but math cannot compute. my
found it too
kids
difficult.
now laugh at me because I can't. Now my husband, I mean, he's an engineer. He's a mechanical engineer.
Oh.
He's a walking like calculator, and I'm like, nope. I'm like, I'll help the kids read. You do the math because
It's the same year. It's exactly the same year. So
And
Yeah.
I mean, he, when we were in college, when I went for psychology and human services for like counseling, psychology, and stuff like that.
oh damn.
When I started, I didn't need math credits. After my first year, they decided, oh, you need to have at least the bare minimum, which was like intro to algebra. Failed it. Took it the second year. Failed it. Third year, I'm like, I'm not going to get my fucking degree, if I don't get this. So at that point, my husband and I were dating, and he was doing some tutoring, for like advanced I don't know. I'm not going to
math.
big math. So he was trying to tutor me, and he did a really good job, but no compute. I always say it was like the scene from The Big Bang Theory when Sheldon's trying to explain to Penny what Leonard does.
Oh,
and she
yes.
starts crying.
It's a warm summer evening.
That was us, because I literally would sit in the door going, I'm so stupid. I don't get it. I don't know. And it was like, oh, that's
So-
stupid. And I'm like, I'm so stupid.
Love it.
But
He
Little
did it?
Sheldon is also in New York State, right? The second
Yes.
the second
no,
show.
they're in California. They're in California.
No.
Was
The
he in New
second
York?
show.
No, Texas.
I say he was from Texas originally, Vin.
Oh, it's a Texas. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Carry on, Mama.
But he did learn by the end of it. It was easier to train me to use a T1 graphing calculator than to actually teach me math.
Yeah.
And we weren't supposed to have the calculator at the finals. So I just wore an extra revealing top to my final and my calculator. And thankfully, my professor just kind of walked by, and he did see it. He gave me a nudge, like, I see you, but he didn't say anything, and I was able to
I
pass.
see you, but I feel you.
Nice.
No problem.
I think he was like, after 3 years, just fucking go.
So you clearly need the help. We'll let this be.
Yeah, just, you're going for psychology, unless you're going to add, one crazy plus 2 parts crazy, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Love that. Fantastic.
I think
Vin,
I
can
can
I
ask
ask
it
a
really the other question.
What? That was
I said,
both at the
Vin,
same time.
Do you want to ask the question?
The question?
Do you want to ask the question, Vin?
The next
question.
question, Vin.
Oh yeah.
Come
So,
on, mate.
yeah. What the
You
hell?
had to drink already, Vin.
Well, that's 3 years now.
Now he's doing math.
Yeah.
Oh my
1
god.
beer plus 2 beer equals drunk Vin.
No. I was drunk yesterday evening, but that's another story.
Now you're just refreshing it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's the hair of the dog. He's going to pick up now.
Yeah.
This is the after first. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Did-
Go on,
After
Vin.
you, yeah.
Go on.
Fucking hell. You keep talking
Are you,
through me.
are you asking the question or not?
Yeah. So did you finish the psychology afterwards?
Mhm.
So are you like analyze this?
No.
Oh, that not. No?
Analyze this.
Yeah, I don't know the exact word for that because you have several things, right? You have psychiatry
therapist,
and
consultant.
psychology.
Yeah, I went. I actually wanted to pursue further into like early childhood education and taking like the psychology and the counseling, kind of in that direction.
Yeah.
But when we graduated, I was working at a preschool at the time
Mhm.
that I had internship through at college, and they hired me on afterwards. However, that doesn't really pay all that well.
Okay.
And my husband coming out with, mechanical engineering degree at the time, every time he would apply somewhere, they would do like mass layoffs. And he was like, maybe I should stop applying because I seem to like people are losing jobs. And one of the guys he had graduated with had moved down here and said, hey, we're hiring, So he was like, well, what do you think about North Carolina? And I'm like, okay, and us and two of our friends, actually Gwen, that jumps into my chat every now and then, we jumped in the car and we drove 10 hours down here. He did an interview. They said you're hired and you start in 2 weeks.
Wow.
So we said okay. And,
Okay.
but when I got down here, you needed all sorts of different state credentials. And so they were like, oh, well, you have to go back to, to school and do all these courses. And I'm like, I was just at school for a number of years and now I have student loans. I can't take more courses. I need a job. So
if you graduated and if you go to another state, then you have to re-graduate?
Well, depending on their job requirements. So for me to do anything that involved working with children, I needed to have state credentials by this state. And in order to do that, I had to take like however many week courses to get like certified basically in the state.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
credentials is like certification.
Certification.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So how did you go about sorting that out?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay. So you just became a stay-at-home mom then? Was that when you made the decision?
No. No, I started with just a temp job at a mortgage company that paid really good, and I didn't really do anything. And then a friend of mine was working for a kitchen cabinet company. They needed a business developer, and I was like, okay. So
you're
there
easy.
for a few years, made a lot of money. It was super easy. And then I found a little company that was actually a pest control company, and worked for a couple of years. They sold to a bigger company, and I worked there for 10 years till I stayed home. So.
Just thought I'd ask the question because it was like there's a little bit of a gap here. I wanted to make sure we were on the same page.
No. I worked. I mean, I've had a job since I was 13. Until I was a stay-at-home mom, and that was an adjustment.
I was about to say, how did you cope with such a big change?
I started streaming.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
Love that. Brilliant. So I'm going to ask this question then. So let's just take away. Let's strip you bare for a minute, right? Take away everything else. Take away kids. Take away husband. I see what you're doing there. I'm trying to compose myself here.
It's against POS.
If you could have any dream job that you wanted to do, if you could literally it's all theoretical, of course. What would be your ideal job? Oh, I can hear the brain ticking. She's still thinking about stripping bare.
If I was better at it, a writer. I guess second half would be like a librarian or a bookstore. Pinky said, "Fuck off, I'm out."
Yeah.
So
he made me laugh while I was drinking. I was trying not to choke on camera. Sorry. So a librarian would be your dream job.
Yeah, why not?
I can see that.
My bar is really low. It's fine.
I was about to say that's still attainable. Truthfully, that is still attainable.
Yeah.
Love that.
And it would also be a job where you can make a really big difference to a lot of lives, because obviously you've had that experience with the library being core to your childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to offer that same service to other people must be a huge part of it, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, do librarians, can they have a bad day? I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they can, but I mean,
someone having a rave in the library. If someone comes and has a rave in the library, that's it. That's your worst day ever.
Worst? That'd be the best best day ever. Let's have a rave. Let's join in.
Yeah, I wouldn't be the one. I'd be like, let's turn it up. I'd probably get fired. Let's be honest. I wouldn't be good at being a librarian. I'm a little too loud.
Love that. Brilliant. Vin, you got a question you would like to ask?
If you're still at school, right? We're still at school years. So, were there any hobbies that you loved during school?
I played sports a lot.
Which
I
one?
did
Question.
soccer. Well, you're kind of
Yes!
football.
No, soccer.
Soccer and basketball.
Both. Ooh.
Which was your favorite out of the two of them?
Probably basketball. I loved my basketball coach. I loved soccer until I stopped playing like my junior year because we got a younger coach that I think liked all the attention he was getting from the junior girls, and I was like,
Yeah.
and I stopped playing. Which
Okay.
it kind of worked out because I was working and stuff too, and it opened up a few more hours. But basketball I played through, and then when I went to college, I didn't play like college sports, but they had a lot of intramural teams, and I joined. I mean, I did soccer, football, basketball, and Mr. Nerdy was also. I mean, he played baseball, basketball, and volleyball.
Oh wow.
So we did intramural. They had like men's teams, women's teams, and co-ed teams. So we would each do like some men and women's teams, and then we'd do co-ed teams together. So
Oh,
That's
nice.
so cool.
That's amazing. That is really good.
I never really realized how absolutely sexy volleyball was until I watched Mr. Nerdy play, and I was like, watching him spike, I was like,
You obviously haven't seen Top Gun.
no, I mean beach volleyball, but I mean, ooh, it did,
Love that.
With,
Love
it,
Yeah,
it
the-
did things.
with a tight speedo on, huh?
No, yeah, gym shorts and a t-shirt, but
Hey, just the movies itself. So, how long did you do the sports for? Was it like after school you then stopped the sports, or did you keep it on a little bit longer? Or
like from college.
yeah, after schooling,
Oh.
sorry, school years.
Yeah, we didn't I think he might have gone to like a few like they would do baseball games or something, but no, we got old and started working and
Well, yeah, he disappeared. Yeah.
Life takes over. Life takes
Yeah.
over.
Yep.
Okay.
And our
Alright.
kids aren't well, my daughter's showing a lot of interest in wanting to do soccer. My son, my oldest son anyway.
That's what I know.
He wants to join like chess club, which is totally fine. He's my thinker, so he likes doing like STEM ones. He wants to do like chess club. We tried a few, like he's got no interest in it, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
different kinds of people.
chess is
Yeah.
also
My
sports,
youngest
right?
will probably be in football, so like American football, wrestling, you know.
Data's loving that. So the question I'm going to follow on from that is obviously Finn asked about your hobbies at school, and obviously you went on to sports. Just going back really quickly, is there any hobbies that you do now that nobody would know about? Have you got like a secret Warhammer thing that you could do or anything like that? Any secret hobbies?
Just video games and writing is it.
Well,
Nothing.
writing is actually an interesting thing to bring up because you actually have some published books, haven't you, Mama?
Self-published.
They're still out there, aren't they?
They
How
are.
did that come about?
Pre-kids? I mean, going back to with like English, I mean, I love reading.
Mhm.
I've always loved writing. I've usually would always have notebooks with some short story or something in there, and I never really went too far with it. And even older and out of school, I mean, I would still kind of tinker around with it, but I did more with like I could plot things out. I could do some character development, plot it out, get a story, but I never really went too far with it. And the books that I ended up doing, ironically, a friend of mine, there's a really good friend of mine that we almost have like our own little book club. We'll read, tell each other stuff, and then we sit and talk about it for way too long. And
Love it, though.
he was one that actually had gotten me to read the Twilight series, which I did enjoy. You know, I'll admit it, I enjoyed it. I had some issues with it, but overall I enjoyed it. I loved, like, growing up, I loved R.L. Stein and Stephen King and all these, but I loved vampire stories. So when I read it, I could appreciate it for that, but I had obviously some issues.
Yeah.
So when I did mine, it just started as character development. And what I was trying to start with was like my anti-Bella, because I wanted a stronger female character. I wanted her to be able to fall in love, but still be able to say, get your shit together. Don't treat me like this.
Yeah.
I am my own person. I will make my own decisions. And so I was just doing some character development. And then I went to bed that night, and there's a part like towards the beginning of my first book where they're on their first date. That was going in my head as I was laying down trying to go to sleep. Like, well, what would they do when they met? And I kept getting up and I'm like writing it down. I go back to bed. And then like, I was like, son of a bitch. I get up and and then it just started, so I didn't have kids. So got my laptop out and I'd be sitting in here with Mr. Nerdy. He'd be playing a game and I'm on my laptop like, all right, whatever. And next thing I know, I had a book and I thought, that's cool. And I started seeing stuff about like with self-publishing and I've got a friend of mine that does, uses a different company, but does self-publishing and stuff. So I started looking into it and I was like, well, this would be cool, just to get it bound and look like a book and be like, hey,
yeah,
I wrote a book.
You did this.
Yeah. Well, then my husband proceeded to tell his family, and his family's quite large. He proceeded to tell a few of my cousins. Next thing I know, I'm getting all these orders from family, and they're sending them out. A couple months later, I got a note from my old English teacher. How the fuck she heard about it, I don't know. I haven't spoken to the woman in probably 15 years. She sends me a card in the mail that she had gotten it, read it, and was so proud of me. It was the sweetest. It was the absolute sweetest, but it was just like, because I live in a small town, somebody in my family probably,
Yeah. It got around at some point.
So I started working on the second one and then I got pregnant. Pregnancy brain is real. And I couldn't,
couldn't think.
And I couldn't think. Then I had the bright idea that during maternity leave, I would write. So it was a while after I did the second one. I had it plotted. It was just a matter of being able to sit and concentrate. I did the second one. I had the third one pretty well, kind of plotted out again. I got pregnant with my daughter and same thing. And even now, like, I know exactly where it's all going. I know what's happening. It's been in here. Half of it's written down. I've got like 14 chapters that I just need to be able to like sit and focus.
Yeah.
And honestly, when, I hadn't said anything about it in so long until I was talking with Damie with Team Chaos.
Yeah.
And I kind of like, well, no. It's fucking G5's fault. That's right. Fucking G5. So G5 was writing his stories and stuff, and he was talking about it, and everybody was like, all right, So we were setting up like for him to be able to talk about it, and I was trying to do like a little bit of solidarity, like, okay, yeah, he's writing, because I got this, I did this, and then it was like, oh hey, and everyone starts like looking at me like, no, I was just trying to be like. Because he was, kind of like nervous about talking about it and getting it out. I mean, I know, right? G5 being nervous about anything. So I was like trying to be, okay.
I love this.
And then, Beardy, oh yeah, we I got it on Kindle. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? And then Dory had it, which was the craziest thing. Dory had it in her Kindle library before she even knew I wrote it.
Really?
Because she was like, "Oh, I'll download it," and then she's like, "Oh, I already have it."
Wow.
What are the fucking odds of that?
That is
Crazy.
what's
She
your world?
She already had it. Yeah. So I mean, it was just like, and then Tater, and then you, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Holy fuck! I need to get writing this book." So I have been. I've been working on it slowly but surely. I mean, it's here. I just got to get it here. And I'm not saying it's anything wonderful or great. I'm not. It was fun.
fair, well,
I
I've
had
read a
fun
bit.
writing it.
So what I've read
You
of it,
know.
I've really enjoyed. So please don't put yourself down in
Yeah.
any way, shape, or form. You have a real fucking talent. Pardon my language. You really do.
I love the fact that after 25 swear words, Pinky's apologising for
Yeah.
swear words.
I was like, I've been swearing this whole time.
Yeah.
Y'all better know about that.
Hey, it's 18
I mean,
plus. If people find out, they can fuck off. Simple as that.
This is episode 5, right? So we have 5 episodes to
6.
apologize for. 6.
Oh, sorry, I swore in that one.
y'all should have known better, and you should have known that no swearing doesn't work for me.
It's true.
This is episode 6 already, Fleety?
It is, mate, yes.
Oh,
It's not about us, though. It's not about us.
holy fuck!
Welcome to the channel, then.
So
I
I'm
missed
gonna ask you-
episode G5 then.
You know, if it keeps going on about it, just ignore it, Mama.
So, Mama, the question I'm going to ask you then is this is quite obviously a deep one. Please name as many as you can. Obviously, you may offend people, but in terms of support and not just streaming in real life, obviously, everything in whole to make you who you are. Is there anybody you want to particularly shout out and thank you for being a supporter of your life? Come on, your husband's got to be one.
Well, no. I mean,
Da-
he's
Daddy
the
Nerdy?
top one. He's the top one. I mean, yeah, because I mean, my grandma first and foremost. I mean, she raised me until I was 14. When unfortunately she passed away. And there was a lot of years between then and college that were, I don't want to say traumatic. I mean, they were, but like I said, I use the everything happens for a reason. Everything kind of makes, so what I went through definitely helped me become me. So I don't want to say I've got trauma because I want to feel like I overcame that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But my husband's been, I mean, he's my absolute number one supporter. I mean, I love him. I love him. I really do. I do. And this is nothing. This is just him. So I don't consider myself flaky. But
Flaky?
yeah, like I'm not over here. And
Oh,
over
okay,
there
okay,
and,
okay.
you
Yeah,
know,
okay,
just.
yeah.
But I get a good wild hair up my ass every now and then, and these big ideas like I don't know, streaming. I don't know, writing a book. So, like when I started writing, I had my older kind of laptop. I'm just for shits and giggles, I'm writing this book. He goes out, gets me a little notebook, touch screen, smaller, the little smaller kind of notebooks.
Yeah.
Just for writing.
Yep.
Okay. I start streaming. That weekend, he goes out, gets me a capture card, gets me a new microphone. Oh, you need a new mouse. And I'm like, I didn't even know I was streaming, that first week. And he's like, what do you need? Let's, and it's like,
let's make
he's
this happen.
So support. And I don't want to say that was just like all monetary. It's just, what do you need to be able to do the best that you can do? And he's a huge video gamer. He's a huge. He goes to work and I get to sit here and have fun and play video games all day. And he is so for it. He loves it.
That's true love.
Yeah.
It is, because he could be like, what the fuck? I want to say. But
Could be jealous.
He jumps right to it and he's like, what do you need? And the same thing, like with the payouts, it was him that said, well, just, set it up so that you can do the bits and do the subs and whatever else. Anything else that you need for the stream, we'll get it. We'll do it. We'll make it work. And he's like,
nice.
just that be. So yeah. So I mean, it goes right back in, so I can go back out and like support everybody. But
This is a really good way of doing
that
it.
was all on him. And yes, we're married, and yes, but it's like, okay, yeah, I'm bringing in a little bit of money, but he's like, no, here, this is yours. Have fun. Put it in there. Give it back. And he he doesn't have a Twitch account. It's not even like he's one of my 500 followers or anything. Whatever. I'm not going to go there. But he knows Bunny. He knows Tater. He knows everybody because I talk about you guys all the time. Like, he knows you guys just about as much as I do because of how much I talk about everybody or what they're doing, or, we're doing this, or we're talking about this, or, today I'm like, they're going to do their interview for me. He took the kids to the pool by himself. This is the first time ever he's taken them.
Wow.
All three where water is involved. So I've got like my phone here, like, please don't let anybody drown. But I mean, full on left the house so that I could have this uninterrupted, quiet, I mean, I was like, you don't have to leave. Just keep them in the living room,
Yeah.
He's
So,
like,
but-
no. We'll go to the pool.
But why does he have a Twitch
What,
account then?
I don't know.
Maybe in his defense, this is Mama's thing. This is Mama's
No.
thing.
Bullshit, because I caught that son of a bitch on his
Right.
phone the other day watching fucking YouTube of somebody on their Twitch account playing fucking Dead by Daylight, and I was like,
I do that.
You over there watching that dude, but you ain't fucking got an account to watch your own damn wife.
Love that.
Well done, Ricky.
So we got a question from the chat for your mama.
Yeah.
So the question is from Vixen. She has asked, "What is your favorite Pop Funko?" Look at her.
It's like
She's
kicking
just
my
assessing
tail.
all thousands of them.
Oh no, I know. Oh, but it's not. Oh wait, hold on. I'll go get it.
Oh, look, a Simpsons blanket. That's cool. Look.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love all the nerdy stuff behind her. Like, it really shows her interests.
Yeah.
Your interests. As if she can still hear us.
That room is really cool.
Honestly, it's amazing.
There it is.
There it is. Oh, she couldn't hear us.
Ooh.
Oh my god. The actual Stephen King.
Oh, with
With
a
his
dog.
corgi. The thing of evil.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Oh wait, there it is.
Love that.
Where did you get that one from?
It was a Second and Charles exclusive, which is like kind of like a GameStop in a way,
Oh,
but it's smaller. But they buy, sell, trade collectibles, video games, music, vinyls, instruments.
your
books.
kind of store.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I love that it's not only Stephen King, but it has his corgi. And I had a corgi for many years. So.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Love
Do
that.
you have one now or no?
No, she got old. So I mean, we had many good years with her, but
That's understandable.
she was the bestest girl.
Oh. Do you have any pets now?
We have 2 cats. We have not yet got another dog because it's hard.
With
But
the kids as well.
Yeah, but we got the cats. All of our before I had kids, we had 4 cats, 2 ferrets, a chinchilla, and then we got our dog. Yeah.
Mm.
And unfortunately, as time went, so our last cat passed away last fall.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any pets at that point. And I was like, to me, a house needs pets.
Yeah.
So we, on Halloween,
There's a
We
theme
went
here,
to the-
guys.
We went to the shelter and we got 2 kittens that were brother and sister,
Mhm.
and the kids were able to be there and pick them out. So we have Hera and Loki now.
Oh,
I love the
Aw.
names. I absolutely adore the names.
Sorry, was the first one Hela?
Hera.
Hera.
Hera. Okay.
Yeah, Hera.
Hera.
and Loki. So they're the Norse gods, right?
Mhm.
Hera
Well,
is Greek.
Hera's Greek, yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
He's the Greek god of women and family.
Ah.
And that my daughter picked that out. And she didn't even know. She didn't even. I don't even think she realized it was like a goddess name. She's just like, I want Hera. I'm like, okay. So
I
then,
love that.
yeah, I was trying to go with like something similar, and then my son said Loki, and believe me, he's mischief. It fits.
Interesting. Love that. Love that. So, Pinky, have you got a question for Mama?
I do actually. You've touched upon with the names my own random specialist knowledge. So I absolutely adore mythology. That's my random pub quiz knowledge. What would you consider to be your random pub quiz subject? Something that you know a lot about that just is so out there that people wouldn't normally know, or just something you're really passionate about.
Random movie quotes. I don't know.
Movie quotes is fine.
I was going on to that next, so this works beautifully for me if it's movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I speak in song verse and movie quotes. Can't remember anything else, but
Yeah, well, you have a bit of that voice from the, when the woman take over the Ghostbusters. That main character.
Sigourney Weaver?
no. Oh, I was thinking Annie.
I think so. Yeah, Annie something. You have a bit like her voice. She's in the Ghostbusters as
Not
well.
quite that nasal.
Yeah. There it is. you have a bit like
I
same
gotta
voice.
talk too, and like you want to call Ghostbusters?
Yes.
Got a
I love-
problem?
Well, I love the Ghostbusters, the original one.
I know.
Sorry.
No, I
That's so
knew who
good.
exactly you were talking about.
So that's the
I was
question
so
I
lost.
want. That's the question I want to ask. Top 5 movies, because you clearly like films, so you've got to be able to give a top 5.
It's gonna be horror,
Don't
right?
worry.
It's gonna be horror.
Don't worry, we don't have to quite.
Not all of them. Not all.
Not all of them.
Mm-mm.
You got a good mix here.
My number 1 favorite all-time movie, Steel Magnolias.
Oh, I can't watch it. I can't.
What's that?
Uh-huh.
Magnolias?
Steel Magnolias
Steel Magnolias.
makes me
I don't
cry
know
every
that.
time.
I don't know it.
Yeah. And see, what was hard for me is with my grandma, she died from kidney failure and being on dialysis. So that whole with everything with Julia Roberts hits really hard, but I can tell you they did a magnificent job on the shunts in her arms from the dialysis
Really?
and everything, because it looks that bad.
Oh.
But I love it. I love it. And even though I'm a big horror fan and I'm a big horror movie fan, that's my number 1 movie. And Dolly Parton is my all-time favorite artist,
Artist.
singer.
Love it.
Mhm.
Well, that goes on to another subject anyway.
Mhm.
What
So you
about the
got
other
one.
4?
Yeah, other 4.
Oh God. We'll just put the entire Harry Potter series into one.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it goes
That's fair.
without saying.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings. We'll just put the whole series in there.
Mhm.
Liar.
Princess Bride
Oh,
Ooh.
Princess Bride. Okay. Okay.
and
Liar.
what one?
Liar.
you said.
Where you met your husband?
Friday the 13th?
No,
Oh.
the movie you watched with your husband, Liar with Jim
Oh.
Carrey.
Honey, I didn't watch it.
Honest, I love that.
It was on. we didn't watch it.
I get a massage.
Love it.
Oh man. We'll throw a horror in there. Stephen King's It, the original.
The original It with Tim
Ooh,
Curry.
yeah, Tim Curry.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Good
So
choice.
I'm just gonna go. While we're still on the old movie scene, favorite TV shows.
Oh fuck. Supernatural number 1.
Okay, you can tell from your
original-
sound clips.
Original Charmed.
Okay, original Charm.
Oh, My
Mhm.
wife watches that a lot. Yeah.
That's where my Wyatt came from. And my daughter was almost a page. And I'm Patty. So that's like the power of 3. And yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. So yeah. How many shows? Just favorite?
Yeah, just say some favourites. Don't worry. We're not ordering it for you. Don't worry.
The
If
Witcher.
it helps, maybe try and think of
Oh, The
ones that you
Witcher.
could
Yeah,
back
The
to.
Witcher.
Game of Thrones.
I love Game of Thrones, especially House of Dragon right now. That's
I haven't
shit.
started it yet. I haven't
Yeah, no,
started it yet.
right. No spoilers,
Oh.
Win.
And
No, no,
and I want to do the Lord of the Rings one that's coming out on Amazon.
Ring of Power.
That's coming
Ring
out
of Power.
reasonably soon, isn't it?
What's that? A series from Lord of the Rings then?
Yeah,
Ring
they're
of
making a
Power.
series for it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, go with those.
So you like quite the mainstream stuff. Is it fair to say?
I know
Yeah,
it's not
it's a
very
very
hipster of me.
No, there's a reason. There's a reason it's mainstream.
Mhm.
There is a reason it's mainstream because it is
Yeah.
good. Pinky, you're up because I know what question you're going to ask here.
Well, actually, I'm going to go with the one that's appeared in chat first. Cisco
Okay.
has asked, the Lord of the Rings series, does that include the Hobbit series of films too? Do you like the Hobbit
Yes.
films?
I do. Well, and that mainly too because I love Martin Freeman and I love Benedict
He's amazing.
Cumberbatch. So you had me at that. But I do. I mean, I know it's not so true to the books. Believe me, I get it. But I still enjoyed him. I loved him.
Yeah.
But I love Martin Freeman. Oh,
Makes
Sherlock. Put Sherlock in there. Oh,
I was about to say, I was waiting for it.
Well, so you got both of them. Yeah, you got both of them in the same series.
Loved Sherlock. Oh my god. Oh,
Yes!
There you
Nice.
go.
With
Yes!
Apple.
Love that.
With Apple.
I have all of them. Like here's, we have the whole series with them. We got Moriarty with the crown.
Love
Wow.
that.
Awesome!
I have to
Sorry.
give
How
Tessa
many?
Monet plays
How
Peter
many
Moriarty
you
in that
think
as
you
well.
have out of those Funko dolls?
Way too many.
I-
These shelves go all the way up to the ceiling to the floor. Both
Wow.
of these. I got a pile over there, shelves over there. I got big shelves over there, shelves over there. The kids each have shelves in their rooms.
oh, they collect them.
Wow.
Your kids collect them as well.
Mhm.
Oh wow, yeah, nice.
My son's got like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World and some Batman and Life with Pets. My daughter's got like Disney ones and Batman ones, and we got
I can't get over the beady eyes. To me, it freaks me out. They look dead.
so
Come on.
many. Like I got Harry Potter and Doctor Who up there.
Mhm.
Harry Potter, Twilight, more Harry Potter. Oh, Once Upon a Time.
That was a good show.
This is Simpsons, Game of Thrones, Sherlock, Game of Thrones, more Game of Thrones,
Is-
Assassin's
Well-
Creed.
What's on your headset? What's the sticker on your headset? What's that?
It's a shark corgi.
Oh,
Brilliant.
look at that.
It's so cute.
My husband got him from something, and Wyatt slapped it on there, and it stayed.
Good place to have it, to be fair.
I love that. Just puts a little spin on things.
Finn,
Little
do you have a
shark
question?
Mhm.
We're on about movies, TV.
Oh yeah, what?
Do you have a question?
Oh, I'm constantly hearing you and Zoe at the same time. Sorry.
Zoe didn't even speak then.
She wasn't even talking.
Yeah, I hear you both, but no problem. So, what is your least favorite film then? What's something?
Aragon.
Aragon? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Why?
that's the one with Jeremy Irons, right?
I know, and it shouldn't be bad because it's got fucking Jeremy Irons in
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
There's such a good source material. There is no way it should ever been that bad.
I mean, now granted, I read a lot of those kind of books, and they always make a fucking movie out of them, and I'm always like, it's not going to be as good as the book. It's not going to be as good as the book. It's not going to be as good as the book. But my friend and I, who we always, we read those, when we went to the theater and watched it, when Saphira kind of came out of the sky, she's like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am Saphira. I was like, fuck you. And I almost got up and walked out of the theater. I was like, that is so cheesy and stupid.
It's
really?
not what happens in the book. They deviate from the book so much.
And it's like,
Oh, so that's the problem you have with the movie. The problem is it's not like the book. That's the problem.
It's
and
nothing
it was
like the
just
book.
Bad. It was just bad. But it's nothing
Oh.
like the book. And the book, oh.
I had the
mean,
same thing with
I
the
get that
Vampire's
they have-
Assistant. Couldn't watch it. I was so angry at it.
I started doing that like with True Blood. You know, I love that book series. I love that series. And up to season 4, they did really good. And then shit got weird. And I'm
It's not
like,
even though. It's not even though they could blame it on catching up with the source material because there was still more books that they could have worked on. They just decided to deviate.
there was like 13 books.
So, how do you think about Game of Thrones season 8?
Well, you can't compare it to the books because the fucking books aren't even there yet.
We're still bloody waiting.
Yeah, that's why I ask.
Now, to be honest, I didn't mind it as much as everyone else did.
No, me neither.
The problem I had, really, the only big problem I had was with Cersei and
Jamie.
Yeah. That I really wish they had gone more with the prophecy, like of how Cersei was supposed to go. And then too, it's like, oh, bricks. And then when what was it? When Tyrion walks in there, it's like there's a few bricks on the floor, and I'm like, did they escape? And it's like, oh no, they're dead. What? The two biggest. That's how you. No. So that was the only
rough,
problem I
wasn't it?
had.
It was rough.
Yeah.
That was the major problem. For some reason, they've done like 8 or 8 to 10 episodes, and then for the last one they did 6. You're like, yeah, that was always going to be. They had so much to
Yeah.
cover. It was always
But
going to.
for the overall on it, I wasn't in a massive uproar like a lot of people were. I really enjoyed it, but except for, I felt that they needed more to their demise than, it was
They
very
were afforded the same justice.
anticlimactic for how they went. So
No,
So,
I get that.
in most of the times, you prefer the books over the series, then?
yeah.
I think that will make sense because you can sort of plan it out and see how you yourself plan it in your head and see it. Whereas seeing it on the screen, it will never translate the same way. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, and I try to always be able to appreciate both. Like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I love the books. I love the movies. I can keep them, if I really want to delve into it, I'll go pick up the book. And I can pick up whatever book. I don't have to start from the beginning. It'll be like, I want to just, Marauders. I'm going to go with Little Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah.
If I just like feeling a little nostalgic, stick a movie in, but I can't do that with Lord of the Rings. I got to start from like all the way through extended version and everything. So yeah, for the most part, but when it's like, what was the other one? They did a movie and they did a TV show and both were crap.
A movie and TV show?
Yeah.
The
Where
Walking
they
Dead?
do like the little tattoo runes, the Shadowhunters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Cassandra Clare.
Yeah. The books were great. Movie and the TV show, absolute shit.
I think the problem was they had too much of the source material to keep track of. Like when I was reading the books, a friend of mine was explaining it to me, and they actually had a bloody A4 like family tree of who was in a relationship with who. I was like, what?
But to be fair, when it started, she only had the first 3 books: City, Bone City, Glass City, and then she was like, woohoo, and just expanded. But and then Vampire Diaries.
Yep.
Not even close. Besides sharing a few character names and the name of the series, nothing else. Completely different.
I only watch for the main character. She's gorgeous.
You and me both. Stefan and Damon, bite me.
Yeah, which one?
anytime.
Which one do you prefer?
Oh, I don't
My-
choose.
My wife says
it would be.
my wife says Damon.
You would say Damon thinking bad boy, but really Stefan was kind of the bad boy. So
So what Mama's actually saying, she just wants the sandwich.
You can't go wrong with any of them in this show.
So we got a question I need to ask you. We've got a couple of questions from chat, so it's going to interject here. So Vixen's asked, what's your favourite vape flavour?
What's this one I got right now? Right now I have an apple strawberry nectarine.
What?
Oh, okay.
Apple strawberry
Really?
nectarine.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Is that
That's
your
your favourite
favorite,
one?
or is that just?
That's why it's right here. My other ones are put away. This one's right here.
This one's
So
readily available.
you have big bottles then. Look, these are the bottles in Holland. Look.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything's bigger and better in America, mate.
Yeah. we have these tiny things. That's it.
They have some that are like that, but most of them, are yeah.
I learned the hard way when I ordered a medium-sized meal at McDonald's when I first went to America. That wasn't medium. That was not medium.
Never order large in anything fast food in America. Oh my god.
Huge.
Oh,
Huge.
and we have a question as well from Wayne, aka Cameron UK. If your books were made into movies, who would you want to play the main parts?
Oh, that's
Okay.
a great question.
So when I first wrote those, and I was working at the time, and I had a lot of people at my work that were very supportive too. And one of the girls that I work with, she was like absolutely in love. And we sat one day at work because we had nothing else to do, and we casted everyone in my book. So
Awesome!
ironically, Ian Somerhalder, that plays Damon in Vampire Diaries, we had casted him as my death character. Now,
I can see that.
granted, my death character changes. So, without really spoilers, anytime he would come to reap somebody, he takes the form of whatever they find comforting. So, if it's a spouse or, whoever. So, every time you would see death, technically, they would be different looking. But the first time you see him, he's a very handsome, young, kind of Ian Somerhalder, and that would fit the bill of the very
Like
first time you see death.
Like a volleyball player.
Yeah. Yeah. Spiking that soul right to heaven.
Or hell.
Or hell. True. She had casted Megan Fox as Maya, which is
Yes! I love her.
my the BFF of my main character.
Mhm.
Oh god, I can't
The
think of
Transformers Megan Fox, right? How she was in Transformers. Oh yes, I loved her.
yeah.
She was so sexy. She was so sexy.
God, I'm trying to think of who the girl was that we had for my main character. And the guy, I can see him, but I don't know what his name is now. That for Alex, for my main guy. I can see him.
Because he's everywhere.
I won't complain. I
He's
won't
famous-
complain. I don't care if he fits the bill or not. Keanu
Well,
Reeves, he
Is-
can
is-
play
is-
every fucking part he wants.
Oh, it's Russell Crowe then. Russell Crowe it is.
Russell Crowe? What? What? Where did that come from?
You gladiator.
Oh no, Vin. Oh no, Vin. Vixen's asked, is there a way you can read your books? It's on Kindle. It is on Kindle. It is available. Vixen, if you can hold out to the end of the podcast, I will get Mama to read it all out where she can get all that information from.
So
Right.
Read
Kindle-
it out now.
Okay.
Kindle.
All right,
is-
Pinky's
what
quick
Kindle?
firing.
Kindle is-
Amazon Kindle.
It's a
Ebook.
tablet that you read book from. It's an ebook reader.
Oh,
It's
I don't
much
think we have.
cheaper to do the ebook.
I don't think we have that in Holland, to be honest.
You don't have. Do you have Amazon?
Yeah.
No, oh,
You
do
got Kindle.
Yeah, we have Amazon, but I don't know. I never heard of Kindle.
Kindle is the Amazon ebooks.
Okay, I never seen those on the Amazon app, so maybe you don't.
You got it.
Okay.
Believe me, Amazon's got it everywhere.
So, Finn, Pinky, we need to. I'm just going to ask: is there any more questions you want to ask personally about Mama, or are we going to go back to video games?
Well, actually, you touched upon your favorite singer of all time very briefly, and that is one of the things that we were going to ask about.
Dolly Parton.
Yes. What would you say is your favorite genre of music, and which is your least favorite?
Ironically, my favorite genre of music is rock.
Okay.
Any, you know, I say classic, but now when I listen to classic, it's shit I, you know, graduated with.
Mhm.
Back to the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, that's disheartening when you turn on classic rock and it's got fucking Nirvana. You know,
All
but
of us.
yeah, any rock. My least favorite is probably either like really like hard rap or some newer country. You know, it's I grew up on country, so there's a lot of country songs and a lot of country singers that, you know, I do still love because, you know, but newer ones it's like
Yeah.
and there's a lot of rap that I do like, but when it's like
Gangster.
yeah, if you're talking about trying to kill somebody,
Yeah,
beat somebody, rape somebody, no, that's not the kind of, you know, not my vibe.
That's
And I mean
fair
that can go for, you know, some, you know, rock or heavy metal songs. You know, if it starts getting into like violent, I'm like, yeah,
That was
not necessarily my jam.
that was great about the 90s, right? You had all this music, and every sort of music was great. You know, you had Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg and Eminem. You know,
Yeah.
rocking the rap scene. You had Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit rocking the rock scene. You know, every
Even
genre
the country, everything.
Even and these days it's all about gangster killing.
I don't
really
think
weird
that's
shit.
necessarily fair either, because there is still those genres coming back. Like, even disco is still a thing. Think Dua Lipa.
Mm-hmm.
So there is some of that still coming in, but I just think it's getting overpowered.
It's not as good as the 90s.
Well, see, I would
Everything
sit there and say like the 70s, you know, you had some doing good music. I wasn't alive in the 70s, but it was good music.
I
You
agree
know?
with you. I like the 80s, and I wasn't alive in the 80s, so I agree with you.
Yeah.
85 year, bam.
Yes, Cisco. Definitely agree with that one.
But yeah, I mean, Dolly, a lot of that was, I grew up on her. You know, my grandma, her favorite thing were yellow roses. My grandfather died 2 years before I was
Fucking
born.
kids.
So she was really big. Her thing with my grandfather were yellow roses. And of course, Dolly Parton has a song. It's kind of a breakup song, but it's he leaves her, but he gave her a yellow rose. So I would always hear her sing that. So just, you know, she would sing Coat of Many Colors and all those, you know, good ones. And so Dolly she just stuck. And then of course she was acting and in movies, and she's just a presence. And my best friend, he was a huge Dolly fan. We actually went to one of her concerts, and I can tell you, I cried. I mean, if you think that woman can sing, hear her live. She did an a cappella of Little Sparrow.
Really?
Bawled. What? I freaking bawled. It was gorgeous. Just a cappella Little Sparrow. But my daughter loves her.
That's amazing.
She heard because I play her music and stuff too, and I was playing Jolene, and she heard, and so she was just stuck on Jolene. And then Islands in the Stream with Kenny Rogers, she loved it, and now so we are only like about not even 2 hours from Dollywood. And we want to go, like I want to go, but I want to be able to take my daughter there too, because she's,
It wasn't that long ago that there was a movie released of it, right? Of her life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's done a couple. She did Coat of Many Colors, and then she's done. I mean, yeah, that woman, she's still doing so much stuff. So
how old is she now then?
74, 75, I think.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. I didn't realize it was that old.
Oh,
you
don't stop.
She's still also active.
She is. Mm-hmm. She is still fucking rocking it. Mm-hmm. She's amazing. Yeah.
I love that. The thing is, Mama, we are nearly running out of time.
I'm so sorry.
No, do not apologise.
Since
When you're having fun.
Since
That's the
since
truth
when
of
do
it.
we have a time limit? What's this?
Well, It's always been 2
I think
hours.
they want to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Vin, we've always been 2 hours, like since. The
Yeah, but
beginning.
I'm having fun. Just let me be.
Oh dear. So we are going to go with the quick fire round now, which should take a few minutes as long as these guys have got their act together.
So, but
And then
Clever.
we're going to get you to do all your
Looking at you,
promotions,
Vin.
all your promotions and stuff. So actually, last time I had to step in because Pinky wasn't here. So Pinky, you are taking the lead on this one. Vin, hopefully you
Yeah.
thought of some. Mama, are you ready? Don't think
I'm
about it
ready.
too much. Don't
I'm
think about
ready.
it too much. Pinky, when you're ready.
Okay, we'll start with the obvious one we usually start with: pineapple on pizza.
Yes.
yes. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Takeaway or home cook?
Takeaway.
Sweet or savory? Did I pronounce it right, by the way, or is it
Yeah.
savory?
No.
Okay,
Savory.
Savory.
Oh.
Okay.
Savory? I have a little margin.
Chocolate or candy?
Chocolate.
Morning bird or night owl?
Night owl.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Oh! Yeah, because
I love how Vin reacts to everyone.
We have both, but
I love the fact you've upset Vin several times over this podcast.
Sega or Nintendo?
Nintendo.
Again. Okay, let's see if we can go 3 for 3. Sonic or Mario?
Mario.
Vin, did you want this to carry on?
You can see the pain.
I love it. Vin,
Ah, summer or winter?
Ooh. Hmm.
Ooh, we've got her now. We've got her. She's speechless.
I would say summer if I was still in New York. I'd say winter down here because it doesn't snow. So now winter.
Oh, that's a good one for the next question.
I was about to say, fair point. Rain or snow?
Rain.
Beer or wine?
Wine.
Rock or pop music?
Rock.
Book or film?
Book.
Horror or comedy?
Horror.
Look at these flowing.
Ass or tits?
Oh,
Ooh.
he loves this question.
Every time.
I'm gonna have to go with the ass because it's universal.
Fair point.
Both
To
are
be
good
fair.
hands.
Guys can have a good pair of moves too.
I mean, they can, yeah.
Yes, they can. Yeah.
Okay, TV or movies?
I guess movies because we do more streaming anyway. So movies.
Yeah?
Stefan or Damon?
Damon.
Spotify or YouTube?
What was it?
Spotify or YouTube?
Oh, YouTube. I just started using Spotify.
McDonald's or Burger King?
Burger King.
Ooh.
McDonald's makes me sick to my stomach.
I can
Really?
see that.
I really
they-
don't even do Burger King, but
They have the triple quarter pounder.
no.
I guess it's different in US, I guess, but
No, I mean we got them, but
what?
single.
Oh, single.
Yeah.
We have triple.
But-
How is that possible?
No, we
No,
we
he put
got it, but there's no way in hell.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
oh, like that.
No,
Sorry,
oh.
sorry.
But you know what? Burger King does have really good onion rings, so
Mm.
Yeah, I like the curly. Is that the word?
Curly fries.
Arby's have the best curly fries. Our BurgerKing doesn't have curly fries. Arby's got the best curly fries.
Arby.
Arby's.
Arby's.
They got the
Oh.
meats.
Oh, we don't have Arby's here. So.
That's why this gets really difficult because, like, I want to ask restaurant questions, but I don't even know what you've got over there.
Shoot.
Well, they
Got
have
any
Gordon. They have Gordon
more?
Ramsay.
He's got off topic. We're doing quick fire questions.
We got the food.
Okay, cats or dogs? There we go.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to go with cats because I have cats right now. Right,
Mhm.
Hira? Yeah. Okay.
Finn,
I'm out.
he's out. He's out.
Yeah.
He's out of ammo. Pinky, have you got another one? Are you done?
That was the last one I had.
Okay, cool.
I can come up with more if you give me time.
Yeah. Do you have any? Do you have anyone? Anything? Fleety.
Do I have anything? No, not for quickfire, but I have got something that I'd like Mama to do for chat, if you don't mind, Mama. So we normally ask this before we do the quickfire, but I thought I think it'd be perfect for the way that we end the show, to be honest. So we always ask an inspirational quote or anything that's inspired you that you're going to pass on to chat. Is there anything that you can think of at the top of your head that you've been told that you think is great knowledge or great bit of wisdom that you can pass on to chat?
Everything happens for a reason.
Love that. And if you've been listening to this podcast so far, guys, you know that it's absolutely true, especially with Mama's stories. Absolutely fantastic. So we're gonna wrap it up, Mama. Can you do me a huge favour and just give all your socials out to the chat so they can pick you up?
Oh,
So for
Lord.
future people that's watching it, don't worry if you can't remember them all. It's not a problem because we will be posting on Discord and it will go on when it goes to YouTube.
I
So will
think
put
they're
it
all
on
the
there.
same. Instagram is Mama Nerdy. TikTok is Mama Nerdy. Hover is Mama Nerdy. Twitter is Nerdy Gamer Mama. That's the only one that's different. Instagram, TikTok, Hover,
Nerdy Gaming Mama?
Nerdy Gamer Mama
Oh, okay.
on TikTok. Yeah. Or on
Twitter.
Twitter. Jesus. Twitter. Yeah.
And the most important one, Twitch, is where we find you streaming.
Mama_nerdy.
There we go, guys. There we go. So, guys, thank you everyone for being here in chat. Really appreciate you. Thank you for asking the questions. And Mama, most of all, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, I found you.
It's been absolutely enjoyable. And I will be really honest, I didn't want it to end, but we are. Unfortunately, we all have lives to do after this. And you're going to have the kids coming back from swimming soon.
Any minute, yeah.
So, yeah, we really do. Honestly, absolutely enjoyed that. If you don't mind just staying on when we end the stream, just have a little chat. That'd be perfect. That'd be brilliant. Vin, as always, mate, thank you so much. Been brilliant.
Yeah.
Pinky,
You're
thank
welcome.
you. Thank you for making up for last week, Pinky, for doing a really good
You're
job this
welcome.
week.
Sorry about last week.
But guys, as always, this will be uploaded, so it will be on Twitch for the 2 weeks, and then also
Thanks for
it'll be
joining,
uploaded
Mama
to
Nerdy.
YouTube.
Well, thank you for
Yes,
having
thank you so
me.
much.
And thank you, chat, for coming by as well, of course. So.
Love y'all. Stay nerdy.
You guys have been fantastic. So we're going to say goodbye now. So bye, everybody. Thank you so much. You've been amazing. Bye bye.
Fucking nerds rule! We fucking nerds rule!